So the isosceles triangle conjecture that I'm going to be working with says that if there is an isosceles triangle, then its base angles, which are the angles opposite the sides that are congruent, those angles are also congruent. So what I know when I look at this picture is this is an isosceles triangle because it shows me that this leg and this leg are congruent to each other, which means immediately, without having to show any work at all, I know that if this leg is 17 centimeters long, that F has a value of 17 centimeters. Don't forget your units on there. You didn't have to show any work on this one. However, when you get to D and E, there's work you need to show. I know that they're congruent to each other because the isosceles triangle conjecture tells me that, and the triangle sum conjecture says the sum of these three must be 180. So to find D, which is equal to E, all I have to do is take the 180, subtract out the 76 that I know, and then divide by 2. So 180 minus 76 is 104. Divided by 2 is 52 degrees. Don't forget your labels on there. Now, once you're done with that, this one I typed because writing on this can be quite challenging. So it says I have a 75-degree angle and a 55-degree angle. Is it possible for this angle to be isosceles? The definition of an isosceles triangle is that two legs are congruent, but then the isosceles triangle conjecture says that the two base angles would also have to be congruent. So what I looked at when I did this was I said, triangle cannot be isosceles, because the isosceles triangle conjecture says that the base angles of an isosceles triangle are congruent. That would mean the angle measures would either be 75, 75, and 55, or 75, 55, and 55. So one of these angles would have to have the same measure as my other base angle. The problem is that the triangle sum conjecture says the measures of the interior angles of the triangle must add up to 180 degrees, but if I try either one of those combinations, I don't get 180 degrees. This is the kind of explanation. When it says justify your answer or explain, you're using complete sentences, and you're also pulling in the properties or conjectures or definitions that allow you to say that. You needed to use both the triangle sum conjecture and the isosceles triangle conjecture to be able to show what was going on in this problem.